to take water into their homes. And I think you've seen such category of people. And on top of that, they might still not be able to afford water at the rate at which we charge a person like you. So as a corporation, we recognized this special category of people, and they form quite a big number. And our agenda is water for all. Everyone should be able to have access to safe water. Whether you are in a certain category, we should have a system that caters for everyone. And our tariff structure as an organization takes care of everyone. So we have a tariff that targets omuntu wa wansi, a person who is not able to afford. It can be in terms of location, is disadvantaged. It can, you find that this person, the income he earns is not able to support him to pay for even a domestic connection. So this category of people, as far as charging them is concerned, we talked about this before. A 20-liter jerrycan is charged 25 shillings. That's what we charge them. Now, the organization we put around to see that we reach out to these people, especially in Kampala, we put up a dedicated branch. We call it the Urban Poor Branch. And this is located in Kisenyi. Sometime back, Kisenyi used to be the home of most of the informal settlements and most of those categories of people. So we have a branch with a fully fledged team that is targeting to look after that special group of people. So we call it our Urban Poor Branch. So when you go to Kisenyi, you'll find that branch. Now, this branch is facilitated, is structured, is equipped with the kind of skills that are needed to make sure that omuntu wa wansi is treated like a king. But also on top of that, the service we provide and the systems we put in place is supposed to make sure that those people also get the service. So we said that we have a tariff that targets them, but on top of that, we had to come up with the technology that's supposed to serve that group of people. So we have two basically options that we use. One, we have the normal public water points, where you have a water point. In most cases, we work with the community. They give us, they identify a location, working with the leadership, especially the LCs. We construct that water stand, and we always get a person to operate it. So that is one option we have. The other option we've come up with is a prepaid meter option solution, where instead of having a person to operate the water point, we have, it's like an ATM machine basically, that you have a machine and then someone has a token, and we'll be able to show that machine very soon, and a token. So as long as you have a token, you're able to charge that token. You put money on that token. And anytime you want water, you use that token to draw water. And a jerrycan, using that token, is only 25 shillings.
Well,
now,
with
just
a minute, engineer. I'll ask my team to load for me that particular machine, because I know some of our viewers have come across, others are already getting water from these points. To better understand, when you talk of a machine, you know, so much runs in the minds of people. So what is this machine exactly like? But as we discuss, it will be popping up, it will be loading on your screen. Yes, let's continue.
Now, you ask, why did we go to that stage of having that machine? Previously, our mode of delivery to that category of people was through those public water points. But you find that at that public water point, so that's the kind of machine we're talking about. That it's a machine, like you would say it's an ATM, and then an individual has a token. So the token could be for a household, or it could be given to a particular individual who qualifies to be in that category of customer. And as long as now that token becomes your card, the way you have a bank account, you have an ATM card, anytime you need money, you go to the ATM and withdraw the money. So with this case, the token is your card. Anytime you need money, you need water, you load money onto your token, and then you're able to draw water from that machine. And the water that is charged on that machine is only 25 shillings. Now, what has this machine done for us?
That is the machine.
Yeah, that's the machine.
Yes.
So that's the prepaid meter. But most people downtown, they call it a meter ya kasumuluzo. Because they look at the token nga kasumuluzo. You just insert it in, and then you get your water. Even if you want 5 liters, you say I want 5 liters, insert it in, you get 5 liters.
A jerrycan is how much on that machine? A 20-liter jerrycan?
A 20-liter jerrycan is only 25 shillings.
25 shillings.
Yes.
So we no longer have a shilling of 50.
Yeah.
Those days we had it, so you would get.
Yeah.
So at 100 shillings, one is able to get 4
jerrycans. Now the beauty is there's no one operating. Because already you have loaded money on your token. So you just take your token and insert it in the meter, and then water start coming out. Now when you don't have money on your token, then no water will what? Will come out. Now the beauty with this system is that previously, and you've seen most of the water points we have, we put in place, you always need to have an operator, a person running that tap. And that person, even if we have insisted that a jerrycan for the public water point is 25 shillings, but the person operating that tap always charges even 200 shillings, even 100 shillings. Yet National is charging only 25. So now this machine basically eliminates the middleman. So basically you don't need to have an operator there. So you have just your token, and you're in charge of your what? Your account. So we found this has been very effective in the places we put in. It comes definitely with a lot of challenges on our side because it's a machine. We have to maintain it. So it means that the kind of skills you need to operate it a bit different than the normal machine. Then on top of that also we have to continuously maintain it and upgrade the software. So for the corporation, it's quite a cost, but I think in this technology is purposely helping us to achieve our agenda, making sure that we make water affordable for everyone. So the drive is affordability and access, because with this machine you don't need the person to be there. Even at midnight you can go and access the water, and that's the beauty with it. So our plan is to see how we can roll out this technology in Kampala. We had 1,400 of these machines. Now, like I said, you find that the first technology we had is being phased out. So we've got new ones, and we're going to put in place almost 2,600 in Kampala. But also we are learning a lesson from this technology, because as a corporation trying to see how can we be innovative, we realize that as Africans we need to because these machines are made from Netherlands, you can imagine, and there's no one in Netherlands that even uses this meter. So they make them in Netherlands and bring them to us. So it means that actually we've been arguing that as Africans we're employing the Dutch, because we're employing the people who are making the what? These machines in Netherlands. So we need to think of a way that instead of employing a Dutch, how can we employ what? A Ugandans? And there are very interesting lessons we've learned with even the banking sector, because previously you had a number of ATM machines everywhere. So a poor person, not many poor people could have accounts in banks.
Yes.
Now with the evolution of mobile money and mobile agents, you can argue that everyone has an account, because your phone is your account, and then you have agents everywhere. So it means that you can withdraw money everywhere. So this is our ATM, right? Right now, that machine alone costs 6 million. That machine you see, it costs 6 million. So you can imagine the cost of 2,600 of them. It's quite a lot of money. In Kampala, we have over 9,500 public water points for the informal settlements. So if we are to turn all of them into this technology, it's quite a lot of what?
A lot of money.
So it means that we're going to continue employing more Dutch. So we're trying to innovate as a corporation to see that how do we learn from the banking sector and also look at this as an ATM. We're saying that the token is an account. So it means that even a poor person doesn't have to have water in their what? Home to say have a water connection. As long as you have a token, it means that you have what? A water connection.
Connection, yes.
So the token is your connection. So the way you have your phone as what?
An
so
account.
now trying to transform that to make sure that now if we don't have a machine and we have a Ugandan employee to run that. How can we make that transaction cashless? So it means that you have your token, all the 9,000 public water points we have across the city, we turn them into ATMs, the way we have mobile agents. So it means that I have my token, I can draw water from any of those points, but still at 25 shillings. So that's the kind of thinking we're trying to have as a corporation, that at the end of the day, time is going to come, and I'm sure time will come when, okay, the ATMs will be there. But I think right now, even the person with the ATM is going to the what? Mobile money agent. And the mobile agents are employing Ugandans. So we're trying to create a system whereby a person who is disadvantaged, can have so many points where they can pick water using their mobile account. And their mobile account is the token. And they will be able to get that water at 25 shillings a jerrycan.
Well, just our viewers, we are seeing the machine is on your screen, and we are seeing a number of, that is the machine lining up to collect water. Now here, our government, through National Water and Sewage Corporation, and today I have the General Manager, Kampala Water, is ensuring that everybody, more so the urban poor, can be able to get safe, clean water at a very cheap cost. Now just imagine 20 liters, that is the normal jerry can, costing 25 shillings. That means at 100 shillings, you're able to get 4 jerry cans of 20 liters. Now, one would say that is fairly affordable. How much do you spend on water, and how accessible is water to you? But you can be part of the show, and I'm eager to get those messages, if possible, from the people that government is targeting. The number is on your screen. That is the number. You can send me a text message or a WhatsApp message, and I'll be glad to read it out for my guest in studios to get to know what you're going through. And today we are focusing on the prepaid meters. Please don't talk about your water connections, your high bills at home. Today we are targeting, and that is why our topic is water for all, using prepaid meters. The messages I will tolerate are those on the topic of the day. What challenges are you getting? What is your perception of this initiative that is already being piloted and is already happening? How best maybe would one get this? And I want to begin with the issue, engineer, of the token. Yeah. How does one get this token? How available are they? For the previous ones, leave alone this new technology, I must say I've seen them in a number of places. I stay in Machindi, but at least I know almost every chairperson, there is this kind of meter. However, I think the other one had to be regulated or by somebody, and they weren't charging 25. They were charging more. Yeah. They were charging 100 per jerry can. But in someone's premises, and the daughter is operating, and I think at the end of the day, they also want some profit for their own. Now, with this new technology, I don't know. So how do I get a token?
So there are two things, and that's why this program also becomes very important, because we need to sensitize our customers and people know, because usually without the right information, you can be misdirected or even taken advantage of. So this system right now, to get a meter, like I said, there's a danger that it can end up in the wrong hands. So it's targeting omuntu wa wansi, then you find it in Robert's home. You understand? So that is the risk. Because Robert once doesn't want to pay a jerrycan of, because the other category of domestic, a jerrycan is less than 100 shillings. And he gets to know that, okay, here a jerrycan is 25 shillings. So he gets that meter and starts using it in his home. So what we've tried to do is we try to rely a lot on the leadership at the community level. So work with the LCs. We identify the need. We identify this category of people that deserve to get this service. And most cases you find these people, they have no ownership of land. The kind of structures they live in, even they can't plumb their homes. And in principle, they can't afford the service that we offer under domestic. So through the LC system and the leadership at the local level, we identify the community. they register themselves. They work with, like I said, we have a special branch, which is the urban poor branch. We have community mobilizers. So that branch has special skills. They're supposed to mobilize and engage that kind of people. So we identify the place, we engage them. They give us a location. It's us to tell them. They are the ones who tell us, this is the location that we think we can put this machine. So we agree with them. This machine, there's no one who pays for the money. Because all this, the construction, the installation is all made by national, is made by government. So as long as they identify a place, and usually that place has to have a person who is responsible, the owner of the land. It might not be in terms of ownership, but in terms of responsibility. So we always have to sign an MOU, an agreement with that person, spelling what is their responsibility, what will be the responsibility. The person should be able to give us access anytime we have to maintain this meter. Or he has also to allow the neighbors to be able to come and access water at that point. So we have an MOU, we sign, we use it with the recommendation of the LC. Now, after the machine is put, then we identify the people who are supposed to what? To benefit. Those are the people who are supposed to get a token. So again, to get a token, this time around, we're registering a token as an account. Means that you have to have your national ID, a person who needs to get that token. You need to have a letter from the LC that confirms that actually you do what? You deserve to get this service. So the LC has to endorse T. Robert is in that category of people that need to what? To access. Now with that documentation, then we register you. Right now the tokens we're running under the project, the tokens are given for free. Yes, under the project, we're going to give, each meter we're going to give almost 20 tokens. So if you have over 2,000 meters, you can see the number of tokens we're talking about. So we want to be able to track how much water, because like say, we're saying a token is an account now. So if you, let's say you've registered a token under Robert, we'll be able to know how much water Robert uses. And if Robert's token is not in use, then we're able to follow up with him and say, what would be the what? The problem. So we're treating Robert now as a customer. Yeah, no, before we treat the machine as the what? As the customer. But right now, the person who owns this token is our customer. We're able to know even when he's not using the service, even when they steal your token and you report, we should be able to disable that token. You understand? So a person who steals this token can't access it. So, but how do you access it? Is that we're going to do a lot of mobilization. We're even making this process online. You can apply, fill in all these details online. You don't have to visit our offices once you have all the documentation. But we have to definitely validate. We don't just, based on the letter from the LC, you know sometimes what happens. Someone can recommend Robert to be among the people to benefit, but when you reach his home, you find that he shouldn't really be benefiting. So through our branch, we'll be able to do validation to confirm that the information you provided, it fits the objective of the project. Then we're able to give you what? Your token, and then you should be able to access water anytime.
Now, when I get this token, how much money is on this token, or how do I load money on the token?
Now, previously, the old system we've been having, and that's why we're phasing it out, because we had vendors. So we had people who would move around selling credit. Yeah? So they find you, they have a vending machine, you put your token and they add money for you and you pay. But that's outdated and it was very inconveniencing for our customers. So the new system we have is that you can load this credit through mobile money and even through any other form. The different options we have for payment are the same options that are going to be available to our customers to load money. So it means that if you have your money on mobile money, you can use your credentials and details to load credit on your token. Yeah, so that's how convenient it's going to be for the customers, and we believe it's going to go a long way to making sure that even Omuntu wa wansi will feel like a king, because it won't be a very big difference between him and the person who has water in their home. He will have his account, mobile. The beauty with him, he can get water from different points, you know. So wherever he finds a token, he can draw water. You don't have to be in one area. So even if you move today and you go to, let's say, you stay in Bwaise and you you find yourself you've moved.
Now
you go to Machindye and you find that machine. With your token, you should be able to get water from Machindye. So that's how convenient it's going to be. But definitely, again, there are risks because, and that's what we're trying to deal with, that the rich people now are also trying to get access to this service.
Well, at that point, allow me go for a short break. When I return, I'll be going through the messages that our viewers. Please keep them flowing, and I assure you we shall read them out as long as they are connected to what we are discussing, which is the prepaid meter, looking at water for all, where government of Uganda through National Water and Sewage Corporation are ensuring that they install these machines in these areas where we have the urban poor, for them to be able to access water at their own convenience, safe, clean water. We go for a short break and we'll be coming back.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Irritations? No more rashes and irritations. Movit Herbal Jelly and Herbal Soap is rich in natural herbs for a smooth and glowing skin.
Movit All Day Confidence.
Junko.
Yo.
Wachiko. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Uganda, haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, it is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Junko, I thought I was one of your friends.
You are,
but you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief, and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government, designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better.
PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Welcome to Dade Nursery and Primary School, Luzira, a school that gives your child a positive learning environment that makes them feel comfortable and safe. We are a progressive year-round nursery and primary school, providing a child-centered approach to early learning, collaborative family atmosphere, and a safe, inspiring environment that encourages exploration and creativity. Dade Nursery and Primary School offers a wide range of co-curricular activities that promote teamwork, physical and mental development, including ballet, soccer, basketball, piano, and home economics. Admissions are in progress from baby class to P7, starting from the 8th of January to the 5th of February 2024. Find us at the first left turn after Oryx service station towards Luzira.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Welcome back from that break. I'm still with Engineer Mohamud Lutaya, who is the General Manager, Kampala Water, and we are looking at water for all, and more so on the prepaid meters that Government of Uganda or National Water and Sewage Corporation are installing in places where we would say the urban poor or the less privileged are, to ensure that they have access to clean, safe water. Many people in these areas, to be very honest, have been taking water from swamps that are polluted with fecal material. Some have been having cholera, others typhoid, stomach aches, malaria. You know, You look at where animals are taking water. Some have been fetching water from washing bays. If there's a swamp going through, people are washing vehicles from there. People are fetching water from there. When you go to Waise, you go to Katochinyoro, you go to the side of Ruzira. There are so many areas we can talk about, and the situation has not been friendly. Please don't call on my number. Don't call on this number on your screen, please. Kindly send a text message or a WhatsApp message. I see the desperation for me to read out your question, but I'll be reading it out to the engineer. Now, they're saying they're installing these machines, a machine that you've been seeing on your screen. This is what they're installing in these places, and you will get a token. Now, technology is very interesting. This is the token. It's more or less like a small key holder, if you look at it. Something you can put around your waist. And this is what you put into that machine. That is the token. Something very small. You can think, like a key holder. Something you can even put your keys on. Now, that is what you'll insert into that machine. That is what you'll insert into that machine. And believe you me, water will flow out of the machine. Now, how much I want? So I type.
The button is say I want 5 liters.
I want 5 liters.
Draws for you 5 liters. Say you want 10 liters, draws you 10 liters.
Now, that is how simple life is going to be. And I'm really happy for these people, because we must say we've saved them. But like I promised, so that is the machine, and it's in that machine where you're going to insert this token. Just like you do it when you go to the ATM machine. You have your ATM card, and that is a picture of someone inserting the token into the machine, and water is pouring out, and you can see the excitement of the kids there getting water. Who knows how long they have been traveling to get safe water. Still someone there inserting a token, and water is flowing out of the prepaid machine. Water for all by Government of Uganda through National Water and Sewerage Corporation, which is mandated to give Ugandans safe, clean water. Simply that. You insert in a machine. A jerrycan of 20 liters goes for 25 shillings. Now, engineer, back to you. And let me begin with questions.
Yeah.
Now, one says, what happens if there is a burst? I think he means when sometimes along the water, we have either a pipe has been broken. Then I also have another one. Thanks for the program on UBC TV. This is Julius from Bara. I need to know if water from that machine is made ready for drinking, or it should first be boiled. But James, we continue. Good morning. I want it. Where are their offices? Kagoro. I want water. I want the machine. Now. Okay. Good morning, view. Good morning, and thanks for hosting the engineer. I have always wanted to connect water for my family, but the challenge is that I have failed to locate the land title, the agreement, before my father died. How can I be helped, since the engineer says it is a requirement if one needs to connect water? Thank you. But today I want questions on prepaid meters. Good morning. Yes, watching you live. About water issues, it beats my understanding that really in my village we have few water springs that are distant places, and people walk almost 3 kilometers to get 20-liter jerrycans. So how can you help people in Rugoma, Ruho, Kontungamo district get such? Okay, but I think this is for the urban poor. Well, now let me go to messages that are also coming in. Kwapu John from Soroti City. When will it come this side, up country I mean? What if you misplace or lose your token? Thanks for the show. That is not for Kampala people only, come to Soroti. Thanks for the information. I'd like to know the criteria used to isolate or identify the so-called urban poor from the rich in order to be given tokens. This is Simon from Hoima. Simon, Tobi Nyigira, he's now saying this is segregating. When you talk about what is the criteria used to identify the urban poor and leave the rich for this good initiative. Are you saying water for all? How best can we access that meter domestically? From Solomon Kasese. Then thank you. In Namere, we buy water from landlord. 4 jerrycans at 1,000 shillings. We are grateful if that comes to Namere. Okay, now let's first go with those. Please do not call. It makes reading messages very hard for me. Okay, fine, let me deal with Jane. Good morning, I am Jane from Nansana. For sure, that is the way to go. Here in Masitowa, we buy a 5 liter at 200. Moreover, it is rainwater. We need that machine urgently in Nansana. Okay. Thanks for the show. This is Ronald from Mukono. These machines are still very few in Mukono. We request you all consider us as urban poor. For the first time, I'm seeing people admiring poverty. Now, how can someone get... Engineer. Now people are desiring to be poor.
So that's the challenge.
Let's continue.
First of all, I want to appreciate all the questions and feedback we've received. One asked what happens if there's a burst. So if there's a burst, means that water can't reach the what? The meter. So you want what?
Have water.
Get water. So that's why we've been asking our customers, if there's a burst anywhere, it's affecting supply somewhere. So you call us so that we can quickly mobilize ourselves and come and handle that burst so that there is water. So it's our responsibility, all of us, to report any instances of bursts. And as Nashota, we've always committed that we'll make sure that we respond in the shortest time possible. Then the other customer asked whether the water from the meter is safe for drinking and you don't need to boil. Our water as Nashota is safe. It's tested, meets National World Health Organization. But always recommend, because always there's a lot of what? Even contamination, even at the tap. Because remember, you see that pipe that we use to draw water from. You don't know who has touched it. You understand? And contamination can come at different points. So we always advise our customers to boil the water to rule out any risks that can come. But as far as Nashota is concerned, our water is what? Is safe. So someone wanted to know where our offices are. Now this meter, like I explained earlier, these meters are targeting Omuntu wa wansi, people in informal settlements, people we are very sure can't afford. And as Nashota, you might not know these people who can't afford. But we're very sure the structure we have, especially the LCs, know the people who deserve. So it's always the community that approaches through the LCs from our respective branches, so that there's a community that are challenged with water supply. They are supposed to be given this kind of what? Technology. So with the letter from the LC and the community is mobilized, our branch now, the urban poor branch, but any branch we have, because you don't have to look for where the urban poor branch is. You approach any of our branch, through that system, we can reach our urban poor branch, then we come and survey the place to confirm, because you can't just rely on the information we have. We have to survey for ourselves and confirm whether these people are deserving. Now, once we do that with all the documentation in place, then we should be able to what? Provide this meter. But for now, we're running a project. So actually, we're moving to all these places. You know, so we are moving to all these places. First, we want to replace all the old ones with the new ones. Then we have excess that will now handle the new what? Application. The interesting part, again, we have another also partnerships with, say, Rotary. Some Rotary clubs have partnered with us and even installing. Right now, we have a partnership with Rotary Chigo. They are doing almost 50 such points in that side of Natete, so which is also very interesting. So I think as long as the need has been properly identified, then we'll do anything possible to make sure that those people have these meters.
So
then
just a minute.
Yeah.
So most of the messages that are coming out, that are coming in, there are so many here, but they're all claiming to be urban poor. Now you've had the criteria, my sister Jane and many others, there's a criteria to clearly identify if you suit, if you're in this criteria, if they find out that really you can afford a jerrycan at 100 shillings, then why would you deny one who will even find it hard at 25 shillings? So there's a process. Yes.
There's a process, and the people like Semasoa, they said where a poor person right now is buying a jerrycan for 500, for 200. That's really what is disturbing, and that's something we're trying to fight. Then there's a customer who has been trying to get our services, but can't locate the title and also the sales agreement. So as long as there's proper documentation, and you can have even a very strong recommendation from the LC and family members that this person is the owner of the what? The land. There are always exceptions in every process.
Engineer,
so,
sorry to cut you short, but there's a very interesting message here for you. And I'm told to ask you. This one says, good morning, thanks for the program. Please ask engineer if he knows Amdat. Do you know Amdat? That district.
Amdat.
Yes.
Kamdat, Karamoja.
Now, he says, if the engineer says yes, then when are you bringing us that particular machine?
In the beginning, I said right now, we're trying to do this in Kampala. Because any new, it's not completely new, but any solution, you have to properly test it. And then you build capacity, and you see how you can now scale it out to all the other areas. So right now, this is in Kampala, Mukono Wakiso, but the corporation has the intention to make sure that in future this can also reach all the other places. But the beauty, again, the same principle of making sure that the person pays a jerrycan 25 shillings is across the organization. So in the places like Amdat, places like Ntungamo, we have the PSPs, where still the tariff on those PSPs is what? 25 shillings. Now the beauty in those places is that the LC structure is very strong, that we manage to work with the LCs to make sure that the jerrycan, a person is still able to get it at least for 50 shillings. So the model is still the same. The only thing that you don't have there is a machine, but you still have a PSP and now have an operator. Now where we have entered into MOUs, where we've demanded that the person operating these points shouldn't sell a jerrycan beyond a certain figure. At least as a maximum, we're not saying you can't charge a jerrycan 100 shillings. But there are places in some of the upcountry towns where the commuters agreed and they're selling a jerrycan at least for 50 shillings. Some people are even saying 3 jerrycans for 100. So it's happening a lot outside Kampala.
Okay.
But we don't have these meters outside Kampala.
So
right now
that answers
within Kampala.
Usman Sumbi, who said, why is it that everything begins in urban? In Busia, Majanji, sub-county, the situation towards water is alarming. Please rescue us. It also answers my brother who has sent in a message. Good morning, this is Ojudo Godfrey from Kampala. Thanks for the show. Here we buy a jerrycan of water at 4,000. We need that machine urgently. Well, all the messages are craving for the machine. Unfortunately, not everyone qualifies, or every community qualifies. So do not begin asking for the machine if you're not among that category of the urban poor. And there is a committee, there's a process to assess if you qualify or if you don't qualify. Yes, engineer, many are saying, so for how many points are there? And does National Water have a map that as a community leader I can get and notify my people where these points are? Let's end with that.
So we have in Kampala, we have over, I would say, 9,500 public water points. This, when I say Kampala, has parts of Wakiso and Mukono. So we have 9,500 such taps where we charge a jerry can 25 shillings. Now, out of the 9,500, we have 1,500 that are like these ones.
This new technology.
Yeah, new technology. There are 1,500 across the city. But like I told you earlier, we have now a project. We're phasing out, we're replacing all the 1,500 with the new ones. So at the end of the project, we should have installed a total of 2,600. So we expect by end of August, we should have, okay, by end of this year, just to be a bit more flexible, we should have all the 2,600 fully installed. But on top of that, we'll be continuously adding. But like the other thing I talked about is also thinking that it's still possible to borrow the same concept to turn the other now the other balance of 7,000 into almost 8,000 into a replica of this. Not necessarily having the machine, but borrowing the principle like we talked about. We didn't have to have ATMs everywhere, but working using the money agent system, you still are able to access money without an ATM. So we're trying to do some bit of thinking as an organization to see if there's a possibility of turning all the other, as across the country we have a total of almost 30,000 public water points that are charged 25 shillings. So if we can innovate internally and turn all the 30,000 into this kind of model, then you have so many Ugandans benefiting. And we believe very soon we'll reach that level. Yeah, so that's why we're trying to head.
Well, I just want to thank you so much, Engineer Mohamud, General Manager, Kampala Water. But I cannot let you go without a parting shot to our viewer.
So the parting shot is really to appreciate and thank our customers as always. We sincerely appreciate you. Our commitment is to make sure that every Ugandan where we operate as National Water has access to safe water, and this water has to be affordable. And what we've been discussing today are some of the interventions we are putting in place as an organization to make sure that we reach as many Ugandans as possible. We are an organization that is recognizing that for us to accelerate service coverage, we have to leverage technology. So we are in a digital era, and we are trying to be as innovative as possible. So for our customers, be expectant. So many things are coming up. We are in the process of working on our new corporate plan. The current one is ending this year, and we are putting so many new ideas and innovations that are going to significantly benefit our customers to make sure that as Ugandans, we are proud of ourselves, and we believe that most of the things we can do ourselves. We don't have to rely a lot on people outside. So we are excited as an organization, and we are very appreciative of our customers, and we thank you for all the service, and we request you continue supporting us. Kindly pay your bills, because through paying your bills, you enable us to serve you better. If there's any leakage you find out there, kindly report it. We are committed to make sure that we have it handled as quick as possible. Then lastly, please don't steal the water. So people who have illegal connections, we have an amnesty. Come to our offices, we regionalize it. Because when we get you, I think in the next program we need to showcase what is happening to the people who are stealing water. Because we are very aggressive to fight the vice of stealing water.
Okay.
And once we make it affordable, there's no reason to steal it. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Engineer Mohamud. But I have a message I can't go without reading. It says, thank you for the program. Engineer Mohamud Lutaya should tell us when this kind of meter and a token can be extended to all households to minimize creation of bills in areas and ultimate disconnection. I don't know if it will still be targeting the poor. If you have it in your home.
No,
so
I think what the customer is saying, how do we have prepaid system even for domestic?
Yes, like,
yeah, now
like we have it with Umeme now.
Yeah, Now, if you've been listening, this meter alone costs 6 million.
Yes.
Now, right now with water, because I don't know much about umeme, but with water, a prepaid meter for a household will cost not less than 1 million. So the meter we've been giving customers costs 100,000. So right now we're trying to do a survey, ask our customers, the technology exists, but are you ready to meet the cost? The cost of buying that meter at 1 million, there's also a cost of maintaining that meter because it's very sensitive. So there's a huge cost with the skills and everything. So there's always going to be a premium to you having that meter. And as a corporation, we've already insisted where we are right now is the priority convenience or is the priority reaching more Ugandans. And I think that's a discussion we're trying to have with our customers so that we all appreciate that, okay, what should be our priority as Uganda? And then for the corporation, we're here to make sure that we meet the needs of our customers. So we, in future, might have that option, but we should know that if it is there, someone has to pay for it.
Well, I just have to end here. Have a lovely day. Thank you so much for being part of UBC TV. Good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala.